Hello everyone, welcome back to our geometry class. In this video, we are going to continue our conversation about something we mentioned in the previous video, rotation of 2D shapes. And in the previous video, we actually figure out when we rotate a rectangle or triangle, it actually can be any kind of 2D shape around some line, and we will have different kind of objects. Sometimes, for example, when we rotate a rectangle along one of the side, then we will have a cylinder. And for the triangle, for example, is this right triangle? If I rotate along one of the legs, I am going to have a cone. This is just, how we discover a 3D object through rotating a 2D shape. What happened in this video is we are going to do some practice so we have a better understanding for this topic. Let's check the first question. This is a multiple choice question. Which object is formed when a right triangle, RST, shown below, is rotated around the leg RS? So this one is we are going to rotate along this line. This is what we mentioned before, right? So sorry for the drawing, it's not really stick to this. But this is a line here. So we are going to rotate. Some student might say, how do we rotate? Is which direction? It really doesn't matter as long as we just keep rotating. So based on what we mentioned before, we are going to have a cone. So it look like this way, right? So I'm going to finish the drawing. So it's very easy to say it's actually a cone. So based on all the choice here, we know a cone, it should be a right answer. This is what happens when we rotate a right triangle along its leg. Okay, now let's check the second question. So we are going to use a picture on the right to answer the question. First, what 3D object is formed by rotating this right triangle here around the line M? As you can see, the line M is actually on the same line with one of the leg, which is 3. So we know it's going to be a cone. Let's quickly draw this cone. So it's like, I just draw another half of this triangle, and then we just add something on the bottom, so we know it's going to be a cone, right? So it's going to be a cone. What is the height of the 3D object? We know for this one. So based on what we mentioned, sorry, it look like somehow it's like an ice cream cone here. So try to do a little bit, yes. So what is the height? Remember, the height is actually from the top. Sometimes this one is more like upside down. Generally when we draw the cone, it's more, we always look like this way, right? So we know this is the height. But this height we know is from the top point to the center of the base, which is circle here. So the height is 3. This is our height. I'm going to use a different color to trace this part. And now, so the question asking us to find the volume of the 3D object. So very first thing is we know the volume of the cone is 1/3 pi r squared times h. So all we need to do, we just need to plug in the values we know. First, do we know the radius? Radius is in the bottom. Let me use a different color. It's going to be this piece, right? So it's going to be 1 because this is a 1 side here. So it's going to be 1 square times the height we already know, which is 3. So now we are going to just simplify. This is 3. I'm going to use a different color. This is 3, this is 3. It cancels. 1 square is 1. So if we show the answer in terms of pi, then it is pi. So since we, the unit of the measurement is not labeled, so we can just keep the answer as pi. This is just, what happened when you look for the volume of the 3D object, but is rotated by certain 2D shape. This is how we figure out the measurement. We actually use the measurement of the original picture to figure out which one stands for. Sometimes it's radius, sometimes it's height, and we need to use this one to help us to figure out this formula. Formula is still the same. This is what we used before. We just keep using the same thing. Okay, so this is a two example I just want to show you, and I hope this two practices help you understand this topic better. Thank you so much for studying this topic, and you are always welcome to create your own picture to rotate along certain line, and you will probably figure out the different kind of objects. Okay, see you soon, everyone. Take care.